Hi everyone, I'm Mohammed Kardan. In this video, it's gonna be too long, but I can make it a little bit short and try to explain as much as I can. Here, I wanna describe how did I made most of the assets as you see in here. So, here we are. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna explain how did I made this and what was the reference of it. Let me open UE5 to show you the reference in HeavyRain and this part, this bathtub, and yeah. Okay, so let me open HeavyRain. So here we are. This is our references. This is our bathroom. This is where we wash our faces, our face or our hands. This is where we take shower in here, and so on and so forth. For example, this is a decoration, maybe. Yeah. So let me explain how did I made it. And as you see, it's different from the picture, because in here, as you see, the floor is with wood. It's parquet, but yeah, in here. But I've changed it to ceramics. And when we go outside, again it's parquet. I said I want to be a little bit creative, and as you see in here, we have a different texture. It's like swimming pool, and it gives a really good feeling. And when we enter in here, I did the coding of the door, and I will explain it later on. When we go in here, you can close it, and for example we shower, and for example this is the steam from hot water, and so on and so forth. Okay, and when we go outside, this is our lobby. So I think I did a really great job on this bathroom. It was so creative compared to here. It's all parquet. Okay, so first of all, I'll explain how did I made this part. So let's open Maya. So here we are in Maya. Okay, this is our modeling, as you see, like the reference. So you may ask me, why did I make it on 3 texture set? The reason is I wanted to bake it on sub painter, and for that reason the texel density and all of that stuff, it's in here. The texel density and all of that stuff wouldn't be fit on this in one texture set, so I put it in 3 texture sets just for technical stuff, for texture set, texel density, excuse me, and then I go to sub painter for texturing this asset. Okay, so this is one of the cons of working between Maya, Painter, and Unreal Engine. Why I'm saying that? Because as you see in here, because my UV didn't fit in 0 to 1, and the texel density and all of that technical stuff, I should do for 3 texture set. But what if I knew that technique, that just from Maya to Unreal Engine, I wouldn't working like that. I would just make 3 colors, 1, 2, 3, and made different materials like in here, and we are good to go. But as you see in here, this Where is it? This sink needed 3 textures, and I tried to delete, don't use any normal map, and that's the reason not each texture set has 3 textures. It just contains 2 textures, base color and MRA, metallic roughness, and as you see in here, when I open it, I decreased it, but again it's too high. It's 10 meg for each picture. Okay, 10 meg in here, 10 meg, 10 meg, 10 meg, and it's become 60 megabytes for just a sink. And how about the bathtub? So as we all know, in 3D we are not hero at the first. We have to make our assets and practice and experience with a lot of stuff, and after making each and every assets, we will gain some experiences and we will work more efficient in the future. If I knew my knowledge in here, if I knew the knowledge that I have right now, because I made this asset about 2 or 3 months ago, and back then I just using between Maya, then go to Painter and go to Unreal. But recently I just use Maya and go to Unreal, and that's it. So I don't blame myself, because after each and one asset I make, I become stronger. So I will explain what did I do for this asset and what could I have been done for making it more efficient. So let's go on Subpainter. So here we are in Substance Painter. So we have 3 texture sets, and I name it like sink top, sink middle, and sink down. Okay, so for our marbles I used, but how did I import these marble textures? I downloaded some Substance Painter official textures. These are smart materials for Substance Painter. I checked some of these pictures and selected some, and these are the 3 I selected. I imported in here and put in here and did some variation to it, add some noise or whatever. And this is the down part. Then for our middle I use this texture, and for the last one I just use a metal, and for our mirror I used a mirror. And yeah, then I exported it in Unreal Engine. Here are my textures. As you can see the size of it, 48 megabytes, and totally there are 288 megabytes for just one material for our environment, and that's a lot. Instead of that, I could export, like for example 1, 2, 3 different textures in Unreal Engine in here, for example, maybe call it like tiles in here, for example, and use it over and over for different needs. but I didn't, because I didn't know that. And then I imported these on my Unreal Engine in my unique folder. These are my textures, and I made a master MRA. Because it didn't have normal map, I did master no normal map, as you see in here. This master material doesn't have normal map. MRA and MRA, I mean MRA mean metallic, R for roughness, and A for ambient occlusion, and that's it. Okay, and I applied like this, very sink bathroom down, middle, and top. And as you see, top, middle, and down. Okay, down. So for this part we are finished. Then I made this tap water. Let me show you. Before we jump back to tap water, I want to mention something. I did weighted normal for almost each and every one of my assets, as you see. These are bevels that make our lighting so much better, and in the game industry they use it instead of normal map. And yeah, okay, so here we are. Let's go to tap water. This is my tap water. I tried to be low poly, and yeah, okay, UV it and all of that. Then go to subpainter. Here we are in subpainter. I add a steel stained material in here, and yeah, as you see. And I tried another version. It was this one, but between this and this, I wanted to use this one. Then these are the texture. Imported them on Unreal Engine. Tap water. These two. Made material. This one. Applied to it, and that's my tap water. Okay, so that's it for this. And in here, I believe, yeah, I add a light in here, but needs to pay attention more. I think for now it's not bad. Yeah. Then I want to describe how did I this bathtub. Let's open Maya. This is our bathtub. Oh my god, I didn't mention the reference. For our tap water, I used this reference. Budget. It's look the same, okay? If I had time, I would do maybe this part on normal map, this part. I could do it. Or maybe did some variation in here, make it a little bit looking better, and do it on high poly, low poly. But for personal project, time was my priority, not maybe becoming too sensitive about little stuffs, because as our character starts in here, these little details is not gonna show, because character just moves. And yeah, the big assets is important and needs more time, not little For example, look at that electricity. If we go this much close, we can see it's not really great, but in here it makes sense. Okay, it give the feeling of it. Okay, so let's continue. For our bathtub, as you see in here in this picture, nothing is, you know, it's not clear how should I make it. So I searched on internet and I found this reference, as you see, and I made this tap water like that. So this is my asset in here. I've made a sphere. Let me show you how did I make it. I made a sphere like that. Go to front view, set OK. Delete this part. Delete this part. Okay, I guess you get the idea. Reversed it, then from here, no, from here to here to here. I extrude it like that, for example, like that, and did a mirror. Did you see? And then I extrude it like this and extrude it like this, and yeah, as you see in here, because the and then as you see we have one box in here, one box in here, and another in the bottom. And as you see, if I separate it, yeah, one box, one box, one box in here, one box in the down, one box in here, and this is the main form of our pasta. I just want to show you how did I made it. You may get the idea, and that's it. Okay, so I put it on SubPainter again. Let me open it. So this is SubPainter. As you see, I use my Substance Painter knowledge to make it a little bit like, for example, water leaked, and yeah. And I did two other versions in here. One is like the HeavyRain, because as you see it's green marble, and I did another one like this. But all in all, after I put it in Unreal Engine, I decided that this one is much more looking realism, more realistic, like maybe this one or this one. So yeah, then I needed to model the tap water of it, this one. Again, I modeled this one. Let me open Maya. This is the model. As you can see, it's not high poly, it's good with some bevel on it, and I did it weighted normal, all of that. And yeah, okay, so then again put it on Substance Painter. And as you can see me when I'm doing it, for each asset going from Maya to SubPainter, again go to Unreal, again go to Maya, again go to SubPainter, again go to Unreal. This is taking too long, and it's not the best technique to do that unless you want to making a really good prop and a unique one. But for example, for tap water like this, we can add a steel or aluminum material, and that's it, we're good to go. Or for this one, aluminum, that we are good to go. Marble for this one and this and the down one, and just a little bit change some shader of it, some color, and that's it. But yeah, these are previous modeling, and I didn't redo it again because it was finished. And but for other assets, for example for this toilet, I didn't go to SubPainter. From Maya went to Unreal Engine and did a marble, and that's it. Okay, so let's continue. I want to show you the SubPainter of this model. So here we go. This is our texture for this tap water, and as you see in here, let me add the light. Okay, and what else? So I've modeled this. This is a decoration form, so let me show you. This is this one. As you see, they used wood texture, but I thought that maybe if I use marble, that looking more awesome. So I've modeled it in Maya. Here it is, and as you see, view it and export it to SubPainter. Here we are in SubPainter. I've imported these textures because I wanted to test them out. I test them, as you see. Yeah, then export it to Unreal Engine, and this is the result. And I did some little stuffs, like if you can see here lighting isn't perfect, so I have a level in here. Where is it? Asset Setup Pro. Don't save it, or save it. Don't save it. So what is this level? I named it Asset Setup Pro. So this is official Unreal Engine project that
for downloading this pack.
This talented artist made it and put it on Unreal Engine. You can buy it and use it. It's really good for our lighting. We can use it, and it's so convenient, and I highly suggest you to support him, and he will guide you how to use this Pro Lighting Kit. If you search it on Epic Games, you can find it and buy it and use it on your project. And I will show you what was the benefit of using it, and yeah, let me show you. So this was our decoration bathroom. Okay, so as you see in here, lighting, because it's super good thanks to our artist, now you can see the roughness and lighting and reflection and all of that. Okay, this is the quality that I've textured it in Substance Painter. Or our, for example, sink, and it has different lights. For example, another light like that. Now you can see it's looking good. You can check our material with different lighting scenarios and all of that. Okay, so let's get back to our house, our bathroom. So what else? So I want to explain how did I make this. It's so simple, but again I show you. Before I describe this, I wanna show you how you can download Pro Lighting Kit. Go on Google and search it like ArtStation Pro Lighting Kit, and this is the link. You can download it. Pro Lighting Kit by Scott. I think no. It's Scott Knapp or Knapp. Sorry, dude, for mispronouncing your last name, but yeah, you can buy it for $5. Is nothing for this kit. This is his portfolio, and it's really useful for your project using this Pro Lighting. Okay, so then let's go describe how I modeled this one. Open Maya. As you see, it's so simple. One box, and some doors, and I didn't spend time on making interior of it because we don't want to open it or close it. So what was the reason to spend time? I didn't made the UV, and in here I added dresser. Again, this texture I use for this drawer. I use it. Yeah, and I didn't spend any soft painter and all of that, and as you can see, it's much easier. So let's continue. What else? So this wall in here, this wall is here. This is our wall window, whatever we call it. This part, it's open. I closed it. Let me show you. This is our reference, but I closed it like this, and I scaled this, and I put this wall in here and I scaled it, and I use this window. This is this window, as you see. Again, I scaled it because I did some coding. I did a blueprint to make it open, and I said that why not? It's become more fancy if I use it. Okay, yeah, okay. So I modeled this part, and I did a window and glass and all of that. Again, I used the substance painter technique, but yeah, did a glass and a stone in here. I don't want to open it anymore. So then I think we are almost done. I used some decals in here, and for example, when the person coming out of the bathtub, for example, his or her body is wet, and this is the part that water goes in, or in here. Okay, or for example, for this texture in here, I use I enter a texture. Where is it? this texture I used it for in here because I thought that it's feeling good. In here I wanted to add a shower like our picture. As you see, this is the shower, and I didn't model it. Maybe I will do it later on, but for now I put tap water in here, and yeah, I think we are good to go. And for the ceramic I imported a texture of ceramic and added, and for this one again a different texture, and with the power of our shader I added some dirt to it. If I this is our dirt. If I turn it off, you can see what happens. Yeah, it's so clean. Then I add some dirt to it, and as you see, when I turn it off or on, you see the difference. Yeah, manipulated a little bit, and that's it. For door I will explain later on how did I make the door. And yeah, and the last part, as you were watching me, I modeled tap water, then I modeled bathtub again. For another scene I modeled tap water, and in here as well. So how did I make them together? Because when I'm moving it, they are together. So let's go to our asset setup. Okay, so this is our sink and tap water. So I add it like this. For example, I copy it like that. Why did I make it separately? Because I thought that maybe I want to use this tap water in the kitchen, but if I imported them together, I couldn't use it separately in other places. That was the idea. Put it like that. Okay, again you copy like that and select this one. It's important to select the first one, because if you select the first one and the pivot is here, when you make cluster, the cluster, for example merge actor and all of that, set our pivot from the first asset. Okay, and I enter it like that, this one, and this one, and come to merge actor, go to asset, where is it, bathroom, and I set cluster sink, saved it in here. And yeah, and for this one again bathtub, and this one copy it like that, put it, yeah, and this is our cluster. They are combined. So this one and this one, and this is our wall, and here we go. It's almost finished. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.